Okay, so let's use this example as a example for how to get all of this stuff graphed in XYZ along with just how to do the problem. So we're given this equation. It's already in standard form, so that's nice. Remember, we have four choices. It could be x squared or y squared on this side, and it could be positive or negative on this side. So this one is an x squared negative. These are x squareds, and so x squared negative opens down. And then as you wrote, a is 1. So we know our vertex is at -1, -2, which I have right there. For the focus and the directrix, I'll grab those after I do the graph because I think it's easier in that order, like having the visual on it. And so again, we're drawing this graph with our vertex at -1, -2, and then our distance from our center to our focus is a, which is going to be 1. So then to finish out the parabola, once we know that a is 1, from the focus to the graph is double that distance. So in that case, that would be 2. And you can see right here on this one, I have it labeled for the opening up version. But vertex to focus is a, and then focus to graph is double that. So what that means over here, and actually I'm going to graph a couple of fake ones for a second. Let's say that was my graph, and let's say a was 3. I would go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's where my graph would be. Let's say I was starting here, and my a was 2, so that would be my focus, and I'd go over 1, 2, 3, 4, or double that, and that's where I'd put my graph. So for this one, we are starting at -1, -2, so x is -1, y is -2. That is my vertex. My focus is going to be 1 below that because that's a, but then to draw the graph is 1, 2, to get that 2a out to the graph. Once I have that, now I know my focus is right there because that's my a equals 1, and my directrix is going to be 1 above it in this case, so it's got to be that line right there. So that's how you get all of that into the computer in terms of the graph, and then in terms, I'll just click up here, so our focus should be at -1, -3, I'll just use the key, and then our directrix, remember this is the thing where you can't just type -1, that is a horizontal line, so that's going to be y equals -1. Hopefully that helps.